Hi, this is Erik from Swedish rock and roll band Eclipse, and you're watching Rocktambulos.
Muy buenas, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Frank Hernández, les doy la bienvenida a una nueva edición de Rocktámbulos, en este caso, Entrevistas Rocktámbulos. Hoy vamos a estar conversando con un par de músicos suecos de una agrupación de hard rock que va a estar visitando Sudamérica muy pronto, en este 2024, y va a ser su primera vez. Van a estar debutando en nuestro continente y por eso nos comunicamos con ellos para poder hablar un poco, para conocerlos un poco más y para saber cuáles son sus expectativas. Así que, sin más preámbulo, yo quiero darle la bienvenida a Eclipse, la agrupación sueca Eclipse, y a sus dos integrantes que están hoy con nosotros, que son su vocalista, líder Erik Mårtensson, y su bajista Victor Crusner. I hope I'm pronouncing well your last name.
Yeah, whatever you want. That's good.
Okay.
That works.
Great. Well, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time, for being in Rocktambulos. It's a pleasure. It's an honor for me having you. So I will start this interview asking you about the expectations about this first time in South America. It's been a long time since you formed the band, but it's your first time. It will be your first time here in South America. So I want to ask you, how are your expectations about this?
Well, I've heard so many good things. Everyone I've heard that's been playing, everyone I met who's been playing live in South America said you got to go there. And we wanted to. If I had a choice, we would have been there 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But now it's finally happening, and I'm so thrilled. And my expectations are, I think, better weather than Sweden, and I think we're gonna have a lot of good food and a lot of rock and roll, hopefully.
Absolutely. And I think, like you were saying, Erik, I think for most bands, or mostly hard rock bands that listen to a lot of metal and classic metal, most bands have actually made a live DVD in either Brazil or Argentina, and those were always the best ones to watch. So I guess growing up watching that, and also hearing a lot from our colleagues that have been to Buenos Aires and South America, saying how good it is and how cool it is. So we're very much looking forward to it.
Yeah. South American crowds are very famous for their energy, for their energy. We like a lot of jumping, and we like the motion, but the South American fans are also known by its intensity in asking for the bands to came here. So I want to ask you, how are your fans in South America through the social media? Are they always asking you, why didn't came to my country yet, or how
Of course, that's a part of it. I think
we almost have like a joke that every time we post anything, there's always someone writing, please come to Brazil, or please come to South America, like in every post. For like since we started doing social media, I don't know when we started doing that, but it's a long time ago, and like every post was like, come to South America.
Yeah,
and well,
and it
now
works.
it's happening. It worked out.
Yeah, now we're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long wait.
Yeah. No, but it's
Nice. Well, I want to ask you about your last album. You released Megalomanium in 2023, and I think that this is a play on words. It's obviously a play on words, but you also have another album, a previous album called Monumentum, that also is a play on words. So I want to ask you, why why do you like to play on words?
Well, I think it's one of the reasons to play with words is also it makes it our own, instead of just, if you Google Megalomanium, you will mostly find Eclipse, the new Eclipse record, right?
Okay.
And if you Google Armageddonize or Monumentum, and you will find us. So we want to make up something that's our own. I think that's one of the reasons.
Oh, great.
If you Google Megalomania, you will get a million things that are not Eclipse. right?
Yeah, and it suits the record in a way. Thinking there were a lot of things flying around in the studio and stuff that we haven't done before and things, and Megalomania is, you know, getting mad with power. And that was kind of a fun play on it as well, thinking that we're trying all these new things as well, and it suits the record, kind of. Yeah.
Nice, nice. It's a clever decision because, in fact, if you go to Google or any search engine and you search for Eclipse, the name of the band, you will receive a lot of results that doesn't have anything with the band. It's about the any eclipse happening in the world. But in fact, it's important to having an unique word for the band, like the name of the album or anything, so people can find you more easily, you know? So nice, nice done.
Eclipse is a terrible name to have when you Google it, but it's still, I think it's too late to change now. I think that would make things even worse.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's why we got to go with the records. That's why we got to go with the Armageddon Eyes and Megalomanium and Monumental. Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, you have a new single. You just released Apocalypse Blues this year, 2024. And I want to ask you if this is a preview of a next album or is a B-side from your last album, Megalomanium?
I don't know either.
No, I don't know either.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I guess what we can say is that we're always making music, and that is our bread and butter. Bread and butter is making music, and we enjoy releasing new music. And come the time that we're actually in Buenos Aires, the 7-inch version of the Apocalypse Blue single will be out. And we're hopefully bringing that on tour with us. And as far as new releases go, that will be our latest new release. And we're very happy to be on tour supporting that.
Oh,
for sure.
That felt like a politician's answer. I don't know why. But
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's okay. You don't have to know why. But it's a great decision, I think, to keep putting out music in the streaming platforms, because you know that nowadays the people are always looking for new songs, or so I think it's important to the musicians to keep sending us to new songs every time you can do it.
Yeah, you don't. As I said it before, but we love albums, and we love the classic way of releasing, like vinyls and CDs and a proper record, right? And but with streaming, you can also release. You can just do a one-off single, and it's so easy, and it's so I don't mean it's effortless, but it's you don't have to print a new product. But we did a 7-inch vinyl of it, so we did print a proper old school record with a unique B-side. But it's still it's fun releasing new music. That means we can add one more song to the set list.
Exactly. Yeah. Are you planning to play this new song here in South America?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. We played it for the first time 2 days ago in Stockholm, and it's very much for the people that have heard the song, maybe you'll understand, and if not, go listen to it. But it's a very energetic rock song, so it kind of fits really well into the live setting, and especially opening up a concert, it works really well. And those types of songs are always a lot of fun to play live as well, so we'll definitely squeeze that in there.
Great. Well, you have another song, I think is your most popular song, Viva la Victoria, with the name in Spanish. But I want to ask you, a lot of people think that this is your best song. You think that too? You agree with that? Or do you have another favorite songs, and maybe it was a surprise that the people love Viva la Victoria too much?
I kind of, for me, I joined this band for that tour when that song came out with Paradigm. So for me, it's a very special song for other reasons. I think for me, it's a very special song because I hear it and I think about that, my first time in Eclipse, and how that felt for me and everything. So I have a very personal connection to it. Therefore, it's hard to say if it's my favorite song. I always love playing it live. But Erik, you wrote it, so you have several more connections to it. And
yeah, but for me, it's a great song. I love the song. It got a lot of elements that is Eclipse, right? It's got the the hooky chorus. It's got the almost folk music kind of melody, and it's adds a lot of ticks a lot of Eclipse boxes. But having said that, we knew it was a great song, but we've had a lot of great songs before that, and we've had a lot of great songs after that. But somehow that song just took off, and that also it's very hard to understand and try to figure out why people like some songs and some songs doesn't work at all. And it's we just make music we love, and hopefully people will enjoy it too.
Okay. And why in Spanish the name? Why Viva la Victoria and not translated to English?
Is it in Spanish though? Because it's not correct, right? It's hasta la victoria if it were to be properly.
Oh,
yeah, but we
interesting.
just had the same in this room where I'm now, in my studio, in my control room. We wrote the song, and it was just that chorus, those words just came up. We need a catchy title, something like that, and we just made those words up, and we tried to change them, but it was just not right. Those words really make it really the hammer hits the nail completely with those words, and it just sounds good, and we couldn't change it for anything, and it just stuck. So we wrote the whole song around that lyric kind of. So it's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to ask you another thing about the hard rock style, the hard rock genre. Do you feel that there is a revival of the genre nowadays, or do you feel like you are playing old school music for old school people? And how do you see it from the creator vision?
I think so. I look back and think of 15 years ago, around let's say 2010. It felt like there was a revival for hard rock, but it was different than the revival today. I think back then it felt like it was a 1970s revival, and maybe old school Black Sabbath was the stuff that people played, at least here in Sweden. And now it feels like there's a different type of revival of a broader variety of hard rock genres, and especially you notice it in Europe, where there are people of all ages, and they come to shows, and there are kids discovering hard rock and metal and even the old stuff, and as well as new bands that are coming out now. So yeah, I for sure think there's a continuum there that's very essential and good for the genre and the culture.
Yeah, and I as I've been with this since we started, and when we did our earlier tours, there were a lot of were older people coming to people who grew up in the 80s, who love this music since the past. But that's changed a lot, and there's a whole brand new audience coming to our shows right now, and it's there's from 18-year-old 20-year-olds up to the old fans as well. So we have everything in it's a big variety of ages, and a lot of women coming to the shows, a lot of women to Eclipse show, which is also fantastic.
Great.
And I think it's great.
And speaking of that, I think, because I met a guy the other day who's from Finland, and he's running a music school, and he was talking about how they have kids in all ages that want to play hard rock, and some of them are playing Viva la Victoria as a way to play in a band and play metal, and I think that's fantastic. When it comes to like what your music can do and what you can aim for your music to do. I think getting young people engaged and hyped about something is probably the nicest review your songs or your music could ever get. So
Yeah,
I think that's
right.
cool.
Great. That's a good news.
Yeah, very good news.
Yeah. Fine. Well, guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here in Rocktambulos. It's a pleasure for me. So I want to ask you if you want to say anything to your fans, if you want to send a message to the South American fans, this is the moment you can say whatever you want.
Okay. I've actually been to Argentina once, and I'm really excited to see if people are going to drink Fernet Coca, and we're very much looking forward to the food and meeting all the nice people that the people that we've been talking to online regarding the show, and experiencing the very vibrant culture that is in Buenos Aires. Well, a message, Erik, what would that be?
Well, I've never been to South America, so this is going to be my first time, and I'm super excited to go there. And I think we will deliver a really good rock and roll show, and I think people should come to the gig and at least drink Fernet Coca.
Fernet Coca, yeah, it's a fantastic drink. Also,
Okay.
if anyone's hearing this and if anyone drinks mate, maybe bring one cup for Erik so he can try it.
Okay. I'm up for anything, right?
Yeah.
Yes, of course, you will drink a lot of Fernet with coca and a lot of mate if you want it. I'm sure you will have a lot of fun here in Argentina. We are waiting for you, so we'll see you soon, very soon.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
We're excited too. Okay. Thank you, Frank, and have a good day, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.